Peace, family. Guess what? Got me a tripod. All right, so I just want to, hopefully, I'm trying to improve the quality of these videos because, you know, I'm really taking this thing serious. I am enjoying myself, but I don't want to just put out garbage. So, got me a tripod. And also got one of those, I can't remember what they're called. You hook them up to the mirror in your car. That way you can kind of, while you're in your car, I'm not going to say driving, you can be talking as well. So, excited about that. But I just wanted to give you guys an update on, well, not really an update. I just want to kind of let you know what I'm planting. You know, when I originally, and I hope the sound comes out okay, because, you know, the last few videos, the sound was kind of wonky. When I planned out my gardening season for this year, you know, I planned on starting my seeds around this time. But in looking at, you know, other videos and stuff like that, I feel like I'm late. But I guess, you know, better late than never. You know, better now than, you know, better today than tomorrow. So I just want to kind of give you guys a look at what I'm actually planning. I don't want to move this thing around too much because it wiggles. So I'm just going to kind of read off what I have here. First off, these are some strawberry plants that I planted. These are not the strawberries. I don't know if you can tell, but of course, you know, you don't plant it to where the crown is under the, you know, under the soil. So the crown is well over the soil, and I put some wood chips in to mulch around it. Same thing here. These are not the strawberries that I was waiting for. I'm waiting for some Albions and some Ozarks. But these I just picked these up at Walmart. This is All-Star June bearing, and this is Quinault Everbearing. I guess that's how you pronounce it. It's a Quinault, so I'm pretty sure it probably has some sort of fancy pronunciation. But, you know, Quinault is what I call it. So those, it's just two of them. The rest of the strawberry plants that came in the package, those will be outside as well. But as far as, oh, and these, so these little containers, I got 3 of these. I picked these up at Walmart. I don't know if this is reading backwards, but it says, "Imagination blooms here." Isn't that lovely? And it's so true. But I got them, they were on clearance for one. I thought they were pretty. And I figured they'd be good to plant herbs in. So I have 3 of those, and then I have this, which is, it was a flower pot that my daughter had. She's not using anymore, so I'm repurposing it. In those, I'm going to be planting basil. This is Genovese basil. Sage, it's common sage. Red Reuben basil. So that's a red basil. And then Italian large leaf parsley will go in these in these 4 containers. I know that some of this stuff will grow up pretty tall, and it'll probably be kind of awkward in them, but, you know, I'm just going to do what I do. You know what I mean? Now, as far as in here, so I'm just going to read off what I have. I've got heirloom butternut squash at the top. So they're just labeled by rows. So that's heirloom butternut squash. I've got butter dish squash. This is a yellow squash. I've got Ford Hook zucchini. You know, we like squash and zucchini here, so. This is Sure Thing hybrid summer squash, and this one is a green squash in this row. Here I have, so I had some seeds. I didn't know what they were. They weren't labeled. I'm assuming they were probably some of mine from, you know, a few years ago or something like that. I'm thinking that they're probably butternut squash, but I'm not for sure. So I just named it mystery meat. I mean, because I have no idea what it is. I think it's butternut squash, but I'm just going to call it mystery meat. And even when I figure out what it is, when it grows, it's still going to always be mystery meat. That's my name for those babies. That's my mystery meat babies. So anyway, I've got, in the next row, I've got white eggplant that I planted here. The white eggplant came from Burundi in Africa. I mentioned before that I have a coworker that's from there, and she gave me some eggplant seeds. So that's in that row. Here I have beefsteak tomatoes. I have sugar baby watermelon here. I've got, this is called bodacious hybrid tomato. It's a large tomato and it's supposed to be new this year. So, you know, we'll see how that comes out. And here I've got honey rock cantaloupe. So here I have, it's tender sweet orange watermelon. I don't know if that's the official name for it, but this was given to me last year towards the end of the growing season by my relative, a family member. He actually goes by Chocolate Vegan. He's got a page as well, so shout out to Chocolate Vegan. He's out in Arizona, and he sent me these, as well as some moringa seeds that I'll be talking about in another video. But this is tender sweet orange watermelon is what he called it. Now this watermelon is large, and it's orange on the inside, and he said it's like some of the sweetest watermelon that he's ever tasted, so I'm excited about that. This last row was empty for about 45 minutes because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to put in there. What I did, I ended up, long story short, was putting, I guess you can call this my dessert row. So I just did the melons. You know, all the melons that I mentioned, I just put them here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to water. Oh, well, first off, as far as the soil, I just used seed starting mix. I mixed it with potting soil. Why did I do that? It just felt like the right thing to do. No, I just did it. I just felt like it would be, whatever. That's what I had, so that's what I did. As far as the brand of soil that I used, it's called CAPS, C-A-P-S, and that just stands for cheap ass potting soil. I don't know what the brand was. You just get what you get. It doesn't really matter, you know. So I don't want us to get hung up on that. That's something that it's not really important. You just use what you use. So I'm going to water this in. I'm gonna water it with spring water. You know, nothing but the best for my babies. Nah, I'm just gonna water it in with faucet water. And then I'm on a well anyway, so, you know, my water's fairly decent. It's okay. Then I'm gonna put it in the grow box. And I'm gonna come back, you know, once I have it in the grow box and show you. All right, so we're back. I had to trim the labels because it didn't really give me room to put the lid down on top of the actual planting bed. And actually still some of the labels are kind of preventing it from coming all the way down, but it's down enough for what I need it for. There's not a whole lot of room in here, so I've got some cups that I planted some things and I'm gonna line up around the edges here, but as far as anything else, you know, it's not happening, which is fine. I didn't think that it would be, you know, a big box where I can just put everything in, but it did the job. So I use this spray bottle to water it in, and now I'm gonna put the lid on and turn the light on, and I will keep you all posted as far as how this goes inside of this grow box. I'm gonna latch it down just because I'm kind of funny like that. Lights on. Bam! So we'll see how it goes. All right, well, I appreciate y'all coming. Peace.